Okay, I'm back out here with the Volantex P51D Mustang 750mm Wingspan Warbird. Thought we'd get a couple flights on it. You guys ever had those periods where things just go wrong constantly? Problems always seem to go in waves with me, and I'm having one of those waves. Really strange. Alright. Launching. Yeah, this P51D, I took off with it on an earlier flight, and I noticed that I was having to push the throttle stick up about 35 to 40% before the motor engaged. So I had to reprogram the high end and low end of the throttle stick, and it's working fine now, but it's just kind of weird that it lost that programming, considering nothing has changed on this plane, and nothing has changed on the transmitter, and nothing has changed on the model file. But strange, huh? Whee! It's got some power. And then, a couple of days ago, I was putting a flight on my Volantex Phoenix V2, my 2-meter sport glider, and yeah, I haven't flown it in 3 months, so I was pretty rusty with it. But the flight went okay. Didn't have any real big issues with it. I was a little, rusty on the controls, but other than that, and brought it in for a landing. Look at that. Oh, that is cool. Brought it in for a landing, unplugged the battery, went to go get another battery to put in it, to put another flight on it. Nothing. No power. No power at all. And it's got one of those Volantex, plug-in, with an easy plug ESCs. I have never ever had a problem with a Volantex ESC before, and it was just completely dead, so I'm going to have to troubleshoot that and see what's going on. I hadn't flown it in 3 months, got one flight on it, plugged the battery in, no power anywhere. So I don't know if the BEC went out on that ESC. I'm glad it actually didn't go out before I got it on the ground. But very strange things lately. And I recently had a nose-in crash with the Aiprlane Viper, and it just kind of nosed down, went into the ground. I pulled full back on elevator. It had a pretty good head of steam. I was actually coming in for a landing, so luckily I didn't have it real high altitude on it. And it appears as though the BEC on that ESC gave out, because didn't appear to be any power going to the receiver because it didn't respond to any of my stick movements. And it sounded like the EDF unit, I still had some power in it when I was bringing it in for a landing. I will normally glide those in once I get lined up with this lane here for landing. And I hadn't cut the throttle on it yet to glide it in, but I could hear the EDF unit coasting down. So that appeared to be an issue with an ESC. So I don't understand why I'm having all these issues with these ESCs, and they're all different. This one, I think I have a Hobby Wing Skywalker in it, 20 amp ESC. The Volantex Phoenix V2 has a 30 amp Volantex Easy Plug ESC in it. Whee! And I don't know what brand the Aiprlane Viper has in it. I don't even think there's any writing on the ESC, but it's supposed to be a 30 amp ESC. And it apparently gave up. So I don't understand why. And this has been, I think 3 consecutive outings now where I have had a problem, with apparent problem with ESCs. So that's the way it typically works with me. I usually go for a long period of time without a single issue on any of my planes. And then it's just boom, boom, boom. You know, problem after problem after problem. So I hope after this I am going to get back in the groove without having any problems anymore. I don't like those periods where I have those kind of issues, especially on 3 different planes, you know? Alright, so there's my timer. Will it clear that direction? I just had somebody come through right before I launched it, so keep it below the sun here. It looks clear that way. Alright, let's bring it back around, see if we can land it. But, yeah, very strange all of a sudden to have these issues, apparent issues, because I'm not positive that they're ESC issues, but it sure as heck seems that way. That was a hard landing. But, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why it always happens that way. Where you have long periods of time without an issue, and then all of a sudden everything has an issue, you know what I mean? But anyway, before the ESC goes out on this one maybe, let's go ahead and put another battery pack in it. I have one LiPo left to put in it. So, I'll see you in a minute. Alright, we're bound up ready to go. Fingers crossed, no more component issues. Get out here by the road. Okay, last flight of the day. Launching. Oh, I think that was my best launch today. That's something. Wee. That can do some pretty wide loops now. And I have no gyro in it. It is just a standard 6-channel receiver. But this is this is one stable plane. I wouldn't mind putting a gyro in it just to have a parachute. That's what I like to use them for in case I do something really stupid. Like, you know, stall it in a split S or something. Then I like to have that parachute button. So nothing wrong with having a gyro in them. But I do like to fly manual mode the vast majority of the time. Isn't that a nice looking P51D? I mean, that is great. Whee! I like it. Now, you don't have to have a huge area to fly this plane in. It is so maneuverable. You know, once you get your control surfaces set up, it is extremely maneuverable. You can do pretty tight turns with it. I have stalled it a couple of times, pulling a little bit tighter than it wanted to. But it does pretty good. Vertical. That's pretty decent climb, I think. Loop. Split S. Isn't that nice? Roll left. Roll right. Yeah, it's been cloudy all morning and now the sun is coming out and I got my jacket on. I'm starting to get pretty warm. How many of you out there have this P51D? Roll left. Do you still have the stock set up? Are you running it on 2S? Do you still have the stock 4-blade prop on it? So many questions. I'm telling you, 3S power on this is the way to go. It's like night and day. Not to mention the longer flight times. Man, do I get flight time. Woo, split us. Tight turns, huh? Just a blast flight. Okay, we need to do our circuits. See if anything's coming from that direction. It looks clear for the moment. Okay, check this direction. It looks clear for the moment. I guess that means we should bring it in. Oh, I didn't mean to go that far. Oh well. I didn't mean to land that far away. Maybe I should have just gone around and done it again. But anyway, it's a fantastic flying P51D Mustang. This is one of the best flying aircraft that I have in my inventory. Hopefully, I will be able to keep it around for a very long time. As long as I don't have any component issues and as long as I don't make any stupid mistakes. And I may see about putting one of those BIME A gyros in this just so I have a parachute. Don't like flying without a parachute, you know? No future in it. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.